Welcome back to today's design. Now I made this arrangement in this video here, so if you haven't already seen it, pop back and have a look at that one first. What I'm going to do is take it apart and reuse the flowers alongside some additional flowers to create a slightly more formal arrangement. Now this one is quite loose, it's not matching on either side, it's a bit organic and a bit natural, and I thought it would be nice for you to see how I could reuse the same flowers to create a design that was a bit more formal and followed a more severe pattern. So I'm going to take this apart. And while I'm taking this apart, you can hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any tutorials. So taking it apart is much quicker than putting it together, and now you can clearly see how many holes are in that floral foam, and you can also appreciate there is no way can I create another design using this floral foam. And this is really a bit of a lesson in why we encourage you as florists and flower arrangers not to reuse your floral foam, because if you do what many of you do, and I know you do it because I teach lots of you floral design, what you tend to do is you turn it upside down or you turn it on its side and you reuse it again. But what happens is you push flowers in from the top and the stem end finds itself sitting in the middle of a hole, and therefore it won't have any access to water. And that's not a good method. So what I'm going to do here with the foam is just use my knife to take off some of the corners, because then it'll fit in the bottom of my container. And I'm going to add in a new piece of foam at the top. But this time I need to have the foam high enough so I can come in from the sides. So I'm going to use the side pieces that were wedged down just to elevate the foam slightly, and then I can sit my foam in the top, and I'm going to use those little offshoots just to wedge in down the side. Now you could tape that into position if you wanted with floral tape, but I think that's quite secure and I'm not worried that it's going to fall apart. So what that now allows me to do is to place flowers and foliage in the horizontal position to create more of a formal pattern. I'm still going to go with the triangle and I'm still going to use the same flowers, but I've got a bigger choice of greenery this time, so it would look more substantial and hopefully more formal, and it's really a lesson in comparing two different designs. So I'm going to start like the previous design with the Lissianthus first. But in the previous design, I went off center. But today I'm going to place my Lissianthus in the middle of the foam. Again, I've left some room behind so that I can get some foliage in. And then I've got plenty of room in the front to arrange my flowers. And then what I'm going to do is to create the width on either side. And that's too long there. But if I cut these two to be the same length, then I'm guaranteed that the width of my arrangement is going to be the same. And I'm going to start with these back in the floral foam in line with my centre flower there. So we've almost got two really perfect wings on either side of the arrangement. Not my favourite style of arranging, but I did say to you this was going to be a lot more formal. So then what I'm going to do is look for two stock. Again, I'm going to measure these to be the same length, and these are going to come out on either side. So we're really starting to create that very formal outline shape. So I've just taken about 1 centimetre off. I'm going to come slightly further forward in the foam so that I don't have almost like a wall at the back of the arrangement. I want this to be matching, but still with some three-dimensional quality. So I've stepped forward slightly in the foam, only maybe 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch, but it creates 3 dimension and it doesn't give me almost like that fan shape there at the back. But you can see that creates that triangular shape at the back. And even though this tall bit of greenery isn't perfectly straight, I'm going to add that in at the back, and it's going to give me a nice bit of movement, and it's going to help finish off that outline. I'm not too concerned that that stem has a bit of a curve in it. I quite enjoy that, but if you want something that's straighter, then you need to find yourself a piece of greenery that doesn't have that lovely natural curve. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to go and place a piece of conifer. It's a really vibrant green, almost like an acidic green, but it's quite a nice texture alongside that garden foliage, that name I can't remember. And I really want to say it's cornus, but I'm stopping myself every time because I'm not convinced it is cornus. Right, so now we're going to go filling in this gap here to really exaggerate that formal triangular shape. And let's get a piece in there and something on the opposite side, as straight as I possibly can to match it. Now I can tell with this greenery here that because it's quite new growth on it, it's not holding up particularly well out of water. So it probably would be better to use this in a week or two's time. I'm filming this in the middle of April. Normally this foliage has the blossom first and then the leaf, and it just means that the leaf hasn't had a chance yet to grow stronger on the plant before I've cut it. Once it's back in the foam, it's going to work really well. But sitting here on my desk, after I've taken the arrangement apart, it just goes to show that it needs to stay in water for as long as possible. And then I can use the cut greenery just to exaggerate that shape. So we have height, then we have the width, then we have that depth at the front because my greenery is extended beyond the container. And then I'm going to fill in with the bits of greenery that I used in the previous arrangement, all radiating away from the center point. And this is going to really help give me 3D and make a beautiful design that isn't flat. And then to fill in the front section and to link with the greenery I've placed in at the back, I'm going to use some of the conifer. And the conifer is lovely because it's got a slight curve, so that curved stem works really nicely over the edge of the container and makes it quite elegant to look at. I'm trying to fairly evenly balance the greenery so it becomes quite symmetrical. And then the little offshoots that I've got left, or the little offcuts I should say, not offshoots, that one wasn't very good. They can tuck in at the back and start to hide the foam at the back. And because I've got quite fussy greenery, it's small, this is small, there isn't a lot of contrast between the two. I'm now going to add in the Skimmia japonica, but what I'm not going to do is use the red berries that are sort of hiding in the bottom because I don't have red in my colour combination at all. I don't want it towards the end of my design because it's going to be too heavy. Anything that's bunchy or large leaf comes towards the centre of your arrangement, reinforces the focal point there in the middle and gives a nice flat texture alongside that really busy foliage. And we've also now got the added addition of the lovely berry of the Skimmia, which has got a nice lime green colour and a really nice texture. So maybe 4 or 5 pieces there in the middle. And if you're a lover of greenery, then you will probably really enjoy the arrangement as it is now before I put any flowers in at all. Now I've got one stalk that's still quite tall because I haven't used it at all. So this is going to come centre stage in front of that Lissianthus. What I've got to be careful of is that I don't end up with these all on the same level. So I'm just going to slightly move these down. And then I'm going to place 2 more of the stalk on the end. Now pointed flowers like this one, this is classed as a line flower. These work really well on the outside. I've already got the Lissianthus creating my width, so I have a choice of putting these more towards the front or I can bring them out towards the side here. And I'm thinking more down towards the front because the shape is lovely. The points will work really well at the bottom and it'll help to evenly distribute off the same flower colour and the same flower shape. So the stalk working well there towards the front. Now quite often when I'm doing a floral design, I do what is called a focal line, which is probably more often seen by florists than flower arrangers. And that's when we have 3 or 5 flowers down to the focal point. But because I've got 5 lovely blooms, this time I'm going to spread them out more in a circular shape so that we get to see how flowers can be used in a different way. So we're going to put one in the centre, and then I'm going to put 2 on either side so that we start to reinforce the shape of the arrangement. So we've got 1 here in the centre, then we've got 2 off to the right side of the arrangement, and then I'm going to replicate this on the opposite side. And it's repeating patterns of flowers and positioning of flowers on either side of a centre line is what gives an arrangement that very formal look. Whereas the design we did prior to this didn't have any matching flowers on either side, so it becomes less formal and a little bit more rustic and prevents the design becoming too patterned. But I know for many of you, you really like the patterned and the structured look. So this final one is going to come on the opposite side to the arrangement to that one there. So if we have an imaginary line drawn down through the centre, we come right down through this middle bloom, and then we have almost like a mirrored image of flowers on either side, and you do get that much more structured look. And if you want to create a design in a larger style, then you can copy this method and this formula to create a bigger pedestal arrangement or a urn style arrangement. But it's basically about following the same principles and the same steps. So what we have on the right is repeated on the left. That flower there didn't have a large open flower, so I've just removed the large open flower so that I've got a flower that's similar to the opposite side, and then the bigger, more open heads can be used more in the middle to where the focal flower is. And then I've got to try now and balance off the flowers on either side, and this is what can become quite difficult when you're arranging in this formal set pattern, is trying to find flowers that match on either side so that you get that repeated shape and the repeated pattern. When you're working in the florist shop like me, that's quite easy to do because you can just look through all the different flowers that you've got for 2 that match. But when you're relying on supermarket flowers or you've got a limited budget, that's quite hard to do. But you'll see there's a fairly clear outline. We've got a bigger selection of flowers to that previous design, and we've definitely got a more formal look. Now I've got 2 Lissianthus left, and I have got the addition of some white Statice, so that's really going to compact and fill out the design. But I'm just thinking 2 of those matching on either side is going to work really well. Next I'm going to go with the Statice, and what's lovely about this is it's got a nice pointed shape to it, so it works really well towards the outside because it gives it that nice tapered look. And I have to do the same sort of pattern really, look for 2 pieces that are similar in shape and size to replicate each other on each side of the arrangement. And I personally think that when you're learning to do a triangle in this very formal style, and you do have to have those matching flowers, it's really quite hard to do, and it's not a relaxing arrangement to do because you're concentrating so much on finding flowers and foliages that match one another. And when you're working with a natural product, that can be quite difficult. So we're going to extend the height slightly. Now Statice, if you haven't worked with it before, is a flower that will naturally dry, and it's an easy one to grow in a UK garden or anything with the same temperature and the same climate. And all I'm doing here is filling in on different sides of the arrangement with different size pieces to fill in and add a bit of contrast in colour and shape between the individual flowers. And in that previous arrangement, I had small pieces of gyp tucked down quite low in the arrangement. So let's get those back in as well. And I think this more formal structured arrangement is almost finished. Now my style of arranging definitely isn't as formal as this. I find this a bit stiff, a bit stagnant, and too set in its ways, but I know from the feedback I get on the videos and the amount of viewers that I get on the formal arrangements that you all really enjoy this style. In one of the previous videos I asked whether you would class yourselves as florists or flower arrangers, and I think the general opinion was that you were more hobby-based flower arrangers than professional florists. So I'm hoping that all the sort of hints and tips that I've given in each video are really helping you understand floral design. I just need to get some gyp right up to the top there. I've got plenty of short pieces for the middle section, but I now just need to extend the length up towards the back. And gyp I like to add in as the last piece because it gets very easily damaged if you add it in the beginning. But it is a bit of a labour of love because it's quite tricky to weave it through and get it through all those flowers. Now I have 2 pieces of greenery left here, which I think I'm just going to extend out here at the back. There's a little bit of a gap there where the stem of the stock is, but that is okay. And I'm going to repeat this on the opposite side. And then of course I just need to fill in the back to make sure that all of the foam is covered. And you can let me know what you think. Do you prefer a more formal arrangement like this, or do you prefer something that's a little looser and more informal? And I think that's my final piece of greenery there at the back. If I had an option, I would put a bit more greenery up in this section here, but I don't have any more of the blossom to put in, so we're going to leave it as it is. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.